City News on TV Rotorua is proudly brought to you by Trade Central.
Tēnā koutou katoa tonight on City News. Rotorua Lakes Councillor Mike McVicker says he supports plans for a 5-star hotel and spa at the lakefront. The Rogue Folk Festival is on this weekend, and the 2015 Active Post National Secondary School Waka Ama Championships kicked off today at the Blue Lake. Rotorua Lakes Councillor Mike McVicker says he's throwing his support behind a new proposed 5-star hotel set for construction at the lakefront. Earlier this month, Pokerua Oruawhata revealed plans for the hotel and spa complex on the lakefront site, creating an estimated 400 jobs for the city. Also reported were ideas for the inclusion of a casino. Councillor Mike McVicker says he's hopeful that plans for the hotel will move quickly, adding that if the government removes the moratorium on casinos, he sees no reason why Rotorua shouldn't have one.
As a ratepayer in Rotorua, as a council in Rotorua, we support it 100%. I support it 100%. We would love to see that side of the lakefront developed. We have been talking at council for many, many years about lakefront developments, and I understand that we've had to wait until the treaty issue has been resolved, which I understand has been. So hey, the sooner the better. I would love to see a hotel developed just over the way there, yes.
Let's talk about benefits for our community.
Exactly, and if in due course the government allows casinos to be built elsewhere around the country, because there's a moratorium as we know on at the moment, I can't think of anything better to attract more tourists to our city, and that's what we're all about, let's face it. So one day it'll be down the track, I suggest, but sooner the better.
Local music promoter Karen Vincent's latest offerings to the local music scene is on this weekend. The Rogue Folk Festival includes favourite local acts, mixing it up with some international folk stars.
Our lineup starts with local artists. On a Friday evening we have got Lloyd Ackroyd, we've got Chris Webber. Lloyd is bringing his band Fifth Son with Paul Hendrip and Chris Duff. John Hamilton is going to play. We have got Bridie Witten, all from the local arena, our local musicians who are coming to the foreground and, you know, trying to sort of work with me that we can really expand what we've got here in Rotorua as well.
Rotorua Museum wants to get as many people as possible involved in creating poppies to help form a striking memorial for the World War I centenary. Museum Deputy Director Pamela Lovis says more than 300 poppies have been donated for the project already, but more are needed. Ms Lovis says the poppies will be used to create an art installation in the museum mezzanine in time for this year's Anzac Day commemorations. She says since last October, the Rotorua yarn bombers and enthusiastic volunteers have been knitting and crocheting a huge variety of red poppies, with locals now invited to help create more. The Rotorua Yarn Bombers will be at Rotorua Museum on Saturday the 11th and Sunday the 12th of April from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m, where they'll be helping people make simple poppies which they can dedicate to individuals. For more information on the Poppy Project, contact the museum. In sport tonight, the first round of the 2015 Enduro World Series is upon us, and the course for the Giant Tour Enduro race has been revealed. The course will start with the riders heading out through steam clouds of Te Puia's world-famous Pohutu geyser. From there, they'll head out to Whakarewarewa Forest, where they face a long day in the saddle as they tackle some of the area's most iconic trails. And the 2015 Active Post National Secondary School Waka Ama Championship kicked off at the Blue Lake today. Nearly 1,500 paddlers from 97 schools are set to battle it out in what is one of the country's largest secondary school events. This year, there are also 23 students travelling from Tahiti to take part. Schools will compete for national honours in 1, 6 or 12 paddler teams over a distance of 250 and 500 metres. To your weather update now. Tonight, a chance shower, light winds, overnight a low of 11. Tomorrow Wednesday, mainly fine, evening cloud, light winds, a high of 21 and low of 13. Looking out to Thursday, early drizzle, rain at night, northwesterlies, a high of 21 and low of 14. Marine forecast for Lake Rotorua for Wednesday, variable 5 knots but northeast 10 knots for a time during the afternoon and early evening. Waves less than half a metre. Patchy early morning fog, then fine. To find out more, visit our website tvrotorua.co.nz or head to our Facebook page, TV Rotorua. Still to come tonight on City News, we visit the New Zealand Sports Academy and talk with founder Jim Love and Daryl Shelford, as well as meet some of the students. And we catch up with Museum Marketing Manager Kathy Nichols to find out about their school holiday program.
City News on TV Rotorua is proudly brought to you by Trade Central.
Rotorua, and welcome to what used to be Eastern Pirates. Well, it kind of still is, but hey, it's also the home for the New Zealand Sports Academy. And if you live out east side and you've been driving up Tenai Road, then you have seen it, but probably didn't know it was here. With me, I'm joined by Jim Love, who is the founder and also the co-director. Daryl, kia ora, and thank you so very much for having City Rotorua come and visit you.
Not a problem. Yeah, it's good to be here.
So Jim, we'll start with you. You founded the New Zealand Sports Academy, didn't you? And why was it that you thought that New Zealand needed a place like this, Rotorua in particular?
Well, I suppose it all came from when I was coaching the Māori All Blacks, and I just saw that within that team that we had a lot of ex-players and players that really had no future in their life. And to me, you know, there was a big void, so I needed to fill it. I know I filled it with a program like this, which caters for not only sport but also education. So it gives an opportunity for students to go further in either field. And you know, in the past, we've had a lot of students that have gone into sports, and we had a lot of students that have gone into higher education, which is fantastic.
You know, what really impresses me about that is that you're utilising the experience too of those players that have been there, they've done that, and so now they can share that with the rangatahi.
Oh, definitely, and that's very important. It's all about mentors, you know, and especially Māori kids, and we have a lot of Māori kids that come to the academy, and you know, they need to you know, listen and also be around people that have been there, done that. And you know, it's all part of their development, which is important.
So how long has the academy been going for?
We're into our 17th year, so it's been quite a while.
So it's been really successful.
Oh yeah, it has, and as I said, you know, we had a lot of very good results.
Very good results. Now, you've got quite a multitude of jobs here, don't you, Daryl? You're not just a director, you're also a sports trainer, coordinator, and the list goes on. So tell me about a few of your roles.
Yeah, I suppose we've got to be multi-talented in the roles that we play. I tutor the students here, doing a sport leadership paper through Te Whānau Aotearoa, as well as strength and conditioning. So I run that program as well. And my background in rugby and rugby league, so I spent all my rugby playing days here. But when I missed out on the All Blacks in 1990, I went offshore and played rugby league in the UK and got into coaching there. And since then been back here. So yeah, having all those skills does help doing this sort of job.
I would imagine that it definitely would help doing this sort of job. So let's talk about what they learn. What is it that they are learning? What is it that they take away once they've been through the academy?
I suppose one of the big things they get is the confidence to actually go on and look at further education, whether it's polytechs or universities, as an option. Apprenticeships, going into the likes of apprenticeships, whether it's the building trade, that sort of thing, they have that confidence to actually have a go at it, and not just to be, as an example, a builder, but why not be the owner of the company of builders? Just trying to give them a bit more focus in that respect. Life skills, big one. Just the disciplines of getting up early, being on time. They clean our facility, so yeah, from a life skills perspective, that's good. How to budget money. A lot of them have come out of school and never had to deal with paying rent or running a car. So there's all these little things that add up, and I suppose when they leave the academy, they've grown a hell of a lot, and they've learnt a hell of a lot as well.
You've got a couple of students for me to meet, or 4 of them in particular, so can we just have a quick introduction of them and we'll meet them after the break?
Well, I suppose the big fella, Tristan, is a Kiwi boy who's lived all his life in Australia. He's come back and he's a big front rower, 6'2" and probably about 140 kilos, maybe a little bit more. But he's come back for the reason to learn. He's come back from injury, so he's really enthusiastic. He's probably a little bit older than most of our normal students, but he wants to get better at rugby, and he's identified our organisation as a way to do that. So that's a good one. One of the other students is Hayden. He's a South African, and he's Afrikaans, and he's an interesting case. He's enthusiastic, skillful, but he wants to learn how to play. He's a Cheetahs fan in South Africa, but he loves the Crusaders. So he just wants to see how we do things and why New Zealand rugby is doing so well. And we put that down to, especially from our Māori perspective, being able to develop all our skills so that we can express ourselves.
Okay, and 2 lovely Rotorua girls as well, Sorrento and also Taina. So we'll catch up with them very shortly. So thank you very much for your time, and I'll catch up with you just after this. Stay there, Rotorua. We'll be back after the break with some students from the New Zealand Academy of Sports. So kia ora and welcome back. With me I have 2 students from the New Zealand Sports Academy, Taina from Whakatane and Sorrento here from, well, I'd like to claim her Rotorua, but really you're from Murupara, aren't you, Sorrento?
Yeah.
Well, you did go to school here as well, haven't you?
Yes, I went to Rotorua Girls High School.
And so what sports is it that you used to play?
First I started off with gymnastics and netball, but then I found rugby later on throughout my years, and led me to here.
Led you to here. So why is it that you are here?
I'm here because with the Sports Academy it can give me a lot of opportunities with rugby. It helps me develop better in my skills and fitness, definitely. It's also, since I've had a recent surgery with my shoulder injury, they're going to be helping me with my rehabilitation. And
very, very nice. Taina, all the way from Whakatane, yes, supporting the coast there.
Yep.
So tell me, you've come here to Rotorua to study at the New Zealand Sports Academy. What is it that you're learning?
I came here to further my abilities and stuff with netball, and to get a better understanding of what happens behind the scenes with the elite teams like the Mystics and that, and that's what Nolene Toto has been teaching us. The background work, yeah.
Very cool. And are you enjoying it?
Yes, it's cool and mentally challenging, but we just think about the rewards at the end of the day.
Absolutely. And those rewards are your future prospects, isn't it?
Yeah.
So where are you looking to head in the future?
I want to wear the silver fern.
You want to wear the silver fern, okay. And for you, Sorrento?
Well, my main goal is actually looking at the New Zealand Defence Force, but other than that, hoping to get one of the black jerseys.
One of those black jerseys. Well, I wish you luck, ladies. I'm going to meet the boys now, so thank you so much.
Thank you.
And so now we meet the boys. We have Tristan and also Hayden. But Hayden, you aren't from New Zealand, are you? Where are you from?
I'm from South Africa, and I came here for rugby.
You came here specifically to train in rugby in New Zealand?
I wanted to train in a professional environment, learn a better way of rugby, a different style and a different culture as well.
Very good. And for you, you're very big, you're very tall, you must have played professionally somewhere. Give me your background.
Yeah, I'm from Australia. I am from a professional rugby background down in the ACT and in Sydney. I had an injury, broke my leg, and decided to move over here and come and play over here to get back into a professional environment. I've chosen New Zealand Sports Academy. They provide a high standard, and it's the standard that I'm looking for to get back to that professional level.
So now you did sustain an injury, you said. So what injury did you sustain?
I broke my leg when we were playing over in Sydney. It put me out for about a year, so I got back on the horse now and I'm back over here doing it.
Good on you, well done. So what is it that you're learning? What is it that you're taking away from our New Zealand Sports Academy?
I'm learning New Zealand Sports Academy is a different style of rugby. It's different. It's a New Zealand way of playing. It's different to where I'm from. So it's a new learning curve for me. A lot more skills, a lot more basics, and just a better way of playing.
Just a better way of playing. We like him, right? We like him, a better way of playing. Good on you. Is it really a better way of playing?
Oh yeah. It's a different style of playing. It's definitely opens up the board. It's not the normal way to play, and it's not the way everyone sticks to the outline of how they play. It opens it up, different options and ways of playing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so very much for your time, and good luck. Good luck for your future aspects, and I can guarantee we'll both see you on that main screen one day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we've come back to you, Jim, and we have met 4 outstanding individuals, I'd say, who have strong future aspects and they know exactly where they want to go. So what's the future direction for the club, and what are your ties to other clubs around the world?
Well, it's important that we create opportunities for our students, and of course I'm founder director of the first rugby academy in the States, which is based in Santa Barbara, and I have very close affiliation with them, and I travel to the States quite a few times a year. Also work with the Eagles. So as I say, it's important that we do have these relationships. We don't only have relationships in the States, we work with Australian AFL, also League. So, the affiliation goes right through.
Yeah.
And also up in Europe, we have ties with England, Ireland, so it's just about creating those opportunities.
Absolutely. So the opportunity there being that anyone who is affiliated with the Sports Academy can have experience in the different sectors or different countries?
Yeah, definitely. We're just sending another 2 from last year over to Aussie, to a rugby league club, so they leave in about a week.
They leave in about a week. Well, there you go. You're doing a great job. Anything to add?
Oh, no, I just think, if any young guy that's between the ages of 17 to 21 or 22, they just come in and see us. And
they just come in and see us? Absolutely. So whereabouts would they find information? Where would they look?
They can go on our website, which is www.nzsportsacademy.co.nz. Find all the info there.
Very good. Thank you very much, Jim. Thank you. It's always good to see that the Rotorua Museum are bringing exciting, new, wonderful and even sometimes bizarre exhibitions for us locals to see. Kathy here is going to tell us about some of the exhibitions that we get to look forward to just coming up recently, don't we, Kathy?
Yes, so with the close of Body in Action, the Kids Interactive exhibition on Sunday, we're about to open on Saturday the 28th of March a fantastic exhibition called Whiria, Weaving Global Connections. And as the name would suggest, it's about weaving, both Māori weaving and also from Asia and North America as well.
Wow, so that's quite a nice blend of weavers, isn't it?
Yes, and they're all coming down to talk at a symposium that has been run at the museum on Saturday, so people are registering for that as well. And then we're running 3 different talks over the month preceding the exhibition with those artists.
Weaving, now that's not usually seen as an art form. It's only recently that weaving has been seen or appreciated as art, and even going to the fact that we have a blend of different cultures bringing their art form here to the museum. That's pretty unique and exciting, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. The exhibition is in conjunction with the New Zealand Māori Arts and Crafts School here in Rotorua, and also Toi Māori. So it is about bringing, as the name suggests, weaving global connections traditions. There's so many similarities in these Indigenous weavings around the world that actually bringing them together or finding out new ways of doing things is really special. But it is a new art form, and I think it is coming now as we appreciate that some of these art forms are being lost as people move away from them. And that's what's great about the Māori Arts and Crafts School here, is that they continue it and they teach it to new generations. And it is an art form, and some of the pieces that you're going to see are amazing and widely sought by collectors around the world.
Wow, now that's really nice to know that it's widely sought. So how did the Rotorua Museum become lucky enough to get this exhibition?
Well, we worked closely with New Zealand Māori Arts and Crafts School, and we always do. It's such an important part of working with partners in Rotorua. And Carl and Pamela, our Deputy Director, and Carl, our Curator, have worked really closely to bring it here to Rotorua.
So there's a symposium coming up, and how do we, the locals, get to go to this?
Well, the symposium is really focused at weavers and people that weave quite a lot. So they've got a keynote speaker, and then it will be looking at different ways to weave, and they'll be teaching special skills. So you would have to be a weaver. There is information on the museum website if you think that it's something you'd like to, and they are still taking registrations. It starts next Thursday, the symposium.
For the exhibition itself, are there going to be people down here teaching us to weave, or is there a special class that we can go to in order to learn?
We haven't had any of that set up at this stage. The exhibition is going to run through until June, and it is possible that we might put something in like that for down the track with the great teachers that they have at Te Puhi already. Yeah.
Very good. So what else have we got to look forward to?
Another fantastic exhibition that I'm excited about is Corrugations, the art of Jeff Thompson. Now, he is a New Zealand artist and very well known for working with corrugated iron. So he created the large gumboot in Taihape, and in Te Papa in Wellington there is a car covered in corrugated iron. So he's got some fantastic stuff coming down, and it'll be on show from Good Friday, the 3rd of April, and run through for several months. And we also have from our own collection of Jeff Thompson a mini called Tin Min, which is one of Jeff Thompson's covered in corrugated iron, and that's on show out at the airport at the moment and will stay for the whole period of the exhibition.
For our Rotorua locals out there that haven't been to the museum in a long time, just remind us, we don't actually have to pay anything to come to it.
No, we're free for locals, you just need to bring some ID. So it's great for coming to see the new exhibitions. We always have different activity trails for kids, and during school holidays we always have different things for them to do as well. So it's great to come down, and our exhibitions change every 2 to 3 months, so there's always something new to see.
There you go. So just because you've been down here once doesn't mean that you've seen it all.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Okay, so thank you very much, Kathy, for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure.
No worries. Thank you.
That was Museum Marketing and Sales Coordinator Kathy Nichols talking with Melanie Groves. If you have a news story, call the station on 0734 88984 or email news@tvrotorua.co.nz. Thanks for watching tonight from all the team here at City News. Ko Māori e Rotorua.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
City News on TV Rotorua was proudly brought to you by Trade Central.